Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, foolish RedBull plane switch stunt gone awry gets NTSB finding. Department of Labor orders pilot reinstated. ALPA, new FAA data shows pilots plentiful. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Foolish RedBull plane switch stunt gone awry gets NTSB finding. Last April's ill-advised TV stunt under the PR guise of a RedBull event embarrassed the GA world to the extreme. And now the NTSB has had a few things to say about it. A very few things to say. The NTSB concluded that, quote, the accident airplane was part of an exhibition event, the goal of which was for two pilots to fly two similarly equipped airplanes in a vertical dive, after which they would simultaneously bail out and transfer to the other airplane. The pilot of one airplane was able to successfully transfer to the other plane and land without incident. However, the other pilot could not enter the second airplane because it entered an inverted spin shortly after egress. The pilot reported that he believed the airplane entered a spin due to the ballast that was added to offset the weight of the safety pilot. He added that the airplane was outfitted with a parachute system that was designed to trigger at an altitude of 1,000 feet and deployed while the airplane was inverted, which resulted in it only being partially deployed when the airplane impacted the ground and was substantially damaged, end quote. And after the break, FAA moves to dynamic system.
Unbridled passion, unequaled performance, unlimited possibilities.
Hartzell Aviation, you are cleared for takeoff.
Introducing Hartzell Aviation, leading general aviation companies united by the Hartzell guiding principle of built on honor, a commitment to uphold the highest standards in quality, performance, and support. Hartzell Propeller, Hartzell Engine Tech, Hartzell Aerospace Welding. We are Hartzell Aviation.
Now boarding at hartzellaviation.com.
Skyleader Aircraft offers a lineup of the most powerful, durable, and efficient light sport aircraft in the industry. From trainers to roomy cockpits for long hauls, Skyleader has an aircraft for you. And the best part? They're in your budget. Skyleader's base prices are set low to give you room to customize your aircraft to your needs, desires, and wallet, allowing you to put your money where it matters to you most. Visit flyskyleader.com today to learn about our aircraft, customization options, and chat with the team.
Are you tired of tucking your phone under your headset to make a call and having cords and adapters strewn about the cockpit? Experience wireless cell phone communications and your personal music with Pilot Communications BlueLink 2. BlueLink 2 gives you a wearable link to two Bluetooth-enabled devices at the same time and can even control your phone and music. Use BlueLink 2 with your existing headset or a Pilot Communications headset from pilot-usa.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some other interesting stories. If it isn't broke, FAA moves to dynamic system. The FAA has announced the impending migration of airworthiness directives to the Dynamic Regulatory System, or DRS, that will result in all ADs being published on the new system from August 16, 2022. The change will allow the administration to simplify the record-keeping and dissemination of documents contained within its regulatory guidance library. Those referring to ADs should be familiar with the new system, as new directives will be available solely on the DRS. Philippines cancels Russian helicopter deal. Leaders in the Philippine capital of Manila backed out of a deal that would have seen the East Asian island nation acquire 16 Russian Mi-17 military helicopters. Though confirmed by neither Philippine nor U.S. officials, the move is believed to express Manila's tacit deference to U.S.-led Western sanctions levied against Moscow in the wake of Russia's February 2022 invasion of Ukraine. FAA denies culpability in flight delays and cancellations. NATCA President Rich Santa alleged the FAA is failing to hire new controllers at a rate commensurate with existing need. Quote, in 2011, there were over 11,750 certified professional controllers and additional trainees, yielding over 15,000 total controllers on board at the FAA, end quote. The FAA refuted Mr. Santa's position, however, maintaining its hiring goals are in line with target figures, stating, quote, the FAA annually hires new air traffic controllers and is on target to meet our hiring goal this year and is reducing the backlog of training caused by COVID-19, end quote. NASA announces astronaut core ready for Artemis. NASA has announced that the entire body of qualified astronauts in current service with the agency stand as possible selections for the upcoming Artemis program. The change was a bit of a surprise and contravenes the impression given to the space community 2 years earlier when NASA announced the group of candidates it intended to draw upon for Artemis staffing. In 2020, that core team of 18 astronauts were shown as a dedicated group of Artemis recruits, but it seems likely that the administration simply doesn't have the astronauts to spare. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Department of Labor orders pilot reinstated. In an instance likely to resonate with current and former Part 135 pilots, a federal whistleblower investigation has vindicated an aviator wrongfully fired for refusing to fly under circumstances he deemed dangerous and contrary to federal aviation regulation. The pilot filed a grievance with the U.S. OSHA alleging his employer, Metro Aviation LLC of Shreveport, Louisiana, had forced him to choose between resigning, retiring, or being involuntarily terminated after he twice refused to operate a helicopter in low visibility conditions. Incorporated in 1982 as a helicopter charter, flight training, and maintenance operation, Metro Aviation has evolved into a major helicopter air ambulance provider. The company's fleet of more than 140 aircraft serves hospitals in 25 U.S. states. OSHA found that Metro Aviation's actions violated the Wendell H. Ford Aviation Investment and Reform Act for the 21st century, a federal statute that protects employees who refuse to accept work assignments they reasonably believe would cause them to violate aviation safety regulations. The agency has ordered Metro Aviation to reinstate the pilot and to pay him more than $171,000 in back wages and an additional $17,000 in ancillary damages. After these messages, new FAA data shows pilots plentiful.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
At Diamond Aircraft, innovation is in our DNA. Whether you're taking to the skies for training or business travel, every aircraft in Diamond's lineup features innovative technology, an industry-leading safety record, superior performance and efficiency, and a comfortable flying experience. No other company has pioneered as many aviation firsts, achieved more milestones, or received the same amount of industry praise as Diamond. Discover why Diamond Aircraft is one of the most trusted manufacturers in aviation at diamondaircraft.com.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
Welcome back. ALPA, new FAA data shows pilots plentiful. Amidst deafening caterwauling to the contrary, ALPA, the world's largest pilot union, has consistently and confidently refuted claims that the airline industry is in the incipient throes of death by pilot shortage. On August 11, 2022, ALPA bolstered its position by citing data that establishes convincingly, if not incontrovertibly, that the ongoing racket being made about pilot shortages is more so an attempt by airlines to divert attention from their shabby performance and chronic mismanagement than it is an assertion of fact. ALPA's bold contention derives in part of newly updated FAA records chronicling the certification of 8,823 new commercial pilots in the last 12 months. The union further substantiated its claim that pilots, both experienced and entrant, exist in adequate numbers by presenting an analysis that showed major airlines currently employ more pilots and do less flying than they did prior to the COVID madness. ALPA's economic and financial analysis team looked specifically at the number of pilots currently employed by the 7 largest all-passenger air carriers with which the union has dealings. In short order, ALPA's analysis determined that airlines, despite operating almost 9% fewer block hours than they did prior to the pandemic, now employ 6.5% more pilots. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching!